This life which we have, this time which Allah Ta'ala has given us in this world, this is an amanat and a trust from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. Blessed is that being in whose hands lies all kingdom, and He has power over everything. He has created life and death. And what is the object, what is the purpose of insan's life in this world? لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ, to test you. Allah is testing us, that how is this time being utilized? In what direction do we expend our energy, our time, the wealth which Allah Ta'ala has given us? And we, my respected brothers, have been more blessed than most, in that Allah Ta'ala has blessed us with the ni'mat, with the bounty of Imaan. In the kalima La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. A kalima which is so valuable, that it is because of this kalima that this entire universe is existing. Billions and billions of disbelievers, billions and billions of those who have rejected Allah, billions and billions of those who have rejected Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam are daily being fed. The sun rises, the sun sets, this entire universe subsists and exists. And this nizam and system continues. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "La taqumu as-sa'a hatta yuqala fil ardi Allah, Allah." That Allah will continue to sustain and nourish this entire creation, this whole mankind. This entire universe will exist as long as there is one person on the surface of this earth in whose heart is La ilaha illallah. As long as one person has Iman, because of this Iman that is contained in the heart of the believer, Allah is causing this whole universe to exist. We don't know the value of Iman. We don't know the value of this utterance wherein we say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Abu Talib, what khidmat, what service didn't he do for Islam? What service didn't he do for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? From the age of 8, the father figure in the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he loved him more than he loved his own children also. Looked after him. And when Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam began his effort of nubuwwat, and when the whole Makkah turned against him, when the whole Arab world wanted to destroy him, Abu Talib was that pillar of support that stood by the side of his nephew and said that as long as I am alive, no harm must come to my nephew. To that extent, he was prepared to sacrifice for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When Abu Talib is on his deathbed, the kuffar in Makkah are gathered around him. Abu Jahl is sitting right next to Abu Jahl is in that gathering. Someone sitting right next to Abu Talib wakes up to walk out. Immediately Abu Jahl jumps up to fill in that gap with the fear that if Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has to come, he will get one more opportunity to invite his uncle. They had left no stone unturned to persecute Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his family and his followers. The same Abu Talib, in the valley of Abu Talib, 2.5 years, when the family of the Banu Hashim were boycotted, 2.5 years, the family of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was reduced to this level that they had to eat leaves from the trees. There was no water, there was no food. Mu'arrikhin write, historians write that the valley of Abu Talib is situated more than 1 mile outside Makkah. Yet the screams as a result of the pangs of hunger from the women and the children of the family of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam could be heard over 1 mile's distance in Makkah. And then Abu Talib says, I know وَلَقَدْ عَلِمْتُ, I know that the deen of Muhammad is the best of every religion. If it were not for the fear of the mockery of the taunts of Quraysh, that Abu Talib gave in, and Abu Talib was a coward, and he accepted the message of his nephew, I would have openly recited your kalima. Yet even he was deprived of Iman.